Yeah, they give North Central credit. They've got really an excellent team, and they were missing their best player, one of the best players in school history. So had they had him, that it could have been a different game. I didn't think our energy. We talked a lot about coming out playing the right way. These guys are mostly leaving this afternoon. And I thought that we came out with not great energy and not playing the type of basketball we had been playing. But we had a couple guys playing really hard, and I thought after halftime especially they all kind of got back on the same page. I don't know if the wind was blowing in the gym, but we couldn't make a three. We were 5 for 31. Seemed like it was worse. I think there were 6 air balls. And again, that's, just trying to shortcut things, trying to get your numbers instead of playing the right way. And we had some of that going on. But I thought overall, when we needed to, we did some good things. They picked the defensive pressure up in the second half. That team is 3rd, 4th in Division III in the nation in least turnovers, and they turned it over 23 times. So I thought our pressure helped us. He played a lot of guys. So they probably had more turnovers that way. But we're happy with the first semester. We want to put a bow on this and send them home. Hopefully they come back with as good or better a team mindset, and we can make a run at this thing in the second semester.
The record here at the Kalachi Center since you've taken over has been really good. I think it's 11-1 now. Does that sound right?
11 or 12-1.
Yeah. It's an intimate atmosphere when the crowd gets into it. It can be intimidating for opponents. Just how do you explain how you guys play so well here?
I do think it's the crowd. I think last year we practiced here, or year before we practiced here every day, and I thought it was a really big home court advantage. I love the arena, but I also think that this is a great place to play. Obviously, we've played tournament games here, playoff games. The K is a special place. You can look into the crowd and see that our fan support in the community is growing. I don't track the numbers, but you can see it growing. We need obviously more student support, and hopefully we can start to get that. They wanted a good team to get school spirit going. I think we've got a pretty good team. They're fun to watch. They play really hard. So we need the students to get on board with that. And I think they come out a couple times, they'll be hooked. We just need them to come out a couple times. But I love the K, and obviously the K has been good to us.
11-1.
Yeah. Jermichael, kind of, you don't like to see him getting a technical error. Any player, obviously, got a early foul trouble, got his double-double, but how would you just kind of summarize his day? Was he one of those guys today that maybe, needed to amp it up a little bit, or?
Yeah, I thought all week he had been a little, and this is no knock on him because he's always revved up, and he hasn't been as revved up this week. I think he was, this is, in junior college you don't play all the way up to Christmas. And you don't come back this fast, so it's a lot. And where he's used to getting a break, he's not had a break, and so it's human nature, and it's a growth process for him. The technical actually, it's not good, but I'd rather it happen now because in Jermichael's past, like he has been a guy, because he's always revved up, has had to handle his emotions, and he runs hot. And that's part of what makes him good. So getting it now and it being his 3rd foul, even on the bench, we talked about, hey, this is what we're constantly talking about. You've got to channel that and keep it in. I would say he probably knew this was a game he could get it in. Not that makes it better, but again, it's growth for him.
How things will shake out after today, but entering today, he was leading the nation in rebounding. Anytime a program can have a player that's number one in all Division I teams in a certain category, that's pretty special.
Yeah.
From your perspective, we've asked you a lot about him this year, but just, what does it mean to the program and to Jamichael to be able to say, look, I'm the best in college basketball at this one particular thing?
No, I think it's a huge thing for him, and for his profile, and then for our program, because it brings eyes upon the program, and people want to come out and see the number one rebounder in the country. That's and rebounding is one of those things where if we want to be a program based on toughness, which is how we hang our hat. What better way than to have the guy who's in the toughest category is number one in the country. So proud of him, and it is helping our program immensely.
To have Eric back in the mix now, he's got a few games under his belt, shot it pretty well today. What does that do for the group overall? It's another shooter, it's another athlete. It's lengthening this team out that we all expected coming into the season, and now we're kind of seeing it, right, as it plays out.
Yeah, he's so different than the other guards because he really plays off his jump shot more. We have so many downhill guys that can shoot, but they're downhill, and he opens the floor up for them. And the thing about Eric is he was in a situation where he could have gone down a couple different paths, and it's been really good to see him get himself back on a path where he can reach all his goals. And he's an excellent player, and a player that should play for a long time after Milwaukee. And I think he's going down that, bringing him off the bench, that's hard to do when you've been a starter for a long time in a lot of places. And he's good with it, and he wants to help the team, how he can help the team. We know he can score, but he's really been guarding. He can rebound more. Little things like he's a get-back guy. And in the past, we've had trouble with him getting back. He gets stuck in those corners and kind of watches. And he's really tuned into doing all of his job for the team, which is, again, growth for Eric Pratt.
As far as, we talked about the rebounding and the toughness, Faison is a guy that adds to that. Can you just give a timetable? Do you have any kind of idea as to when he might be able to start playing again?
Yeah, he's, he runs every day. He's keeping his wind. I think our target date is January 8th that they'll release him for a full go. So pretty soon. And he's staying here over Christmas break. That's how dedicated he is to keeping his conditioning and, staying in shape. So I think we've got a really good Faison coming back. It's going to take him a bit. Sure. But this has helped Duffy kind of come out of kind of a funk that he was in, because he wasn't playing as many minutes. So having a good Duffy and a healthy Faison completely changes our team.
Getting older now, my eyesight's not so great, so I couldn't really tell from the bench. Was Aaron here today? Is he hurt, or what's? Yeah,
he's got a lower foot. He's got a foot situation that is not something that he could have played through. But when we finished, he couldn't play 2 games ago. He couldn't finish the game because it was swollen. It's a kind of a chronic deal. So we thought we could rest him from that game until after Christmas. So he'll be back with us on the 26th when we come back for practice. But yeah, he was here. He was here today.
And then you kind of touched on it a little bit, but this is always a time of year where you've got exams, guys are going home for break and everything. But you've got a stretch of 2 games in 2 weeks, so you've got some time to get a little healthier, be in the gym, work on stuff that you feel like you need to get better at. Do you like this time of year to be able to do those sorts of things and get in as good a position as you can heading into the rest of the conference?
Yeah, I do. I worry about them. I want them to go home, want them to have Christmas, but I do worry about, and I talked to them in the locker room before they left, I worry about the people that get in their ears when, they have people who are well-meaning, who bottle up everything they want to tell them until they see them face to face, and then it just all comes out. And we're in a good place as a team, and I want to remain in a good place. And part of that is the work on the floor, but a lot of it's mentally. And so I worry about that, but this is my favorite time of the year because there's no distractions. Milwaukee actually, it's good and bad because the students don't come back until January, third week of January, but they don't have distractions until the third week of January. So we sell them on, you guys want to be pros. This is the time where you can treat this like you're a professional. You can get shots in the morning. You can get in the weight room. We can get extra treatment in the training room as well as practice. So coming out of this break on January 20th, when they got to go back and refocus on school, they should be, doing great. Should be sharp. They should be getting a ton of shots. So I think that's helped us in the last 2 years continue to get better as the season goes on, where other people maybe plateau a little sooner.